Sassy Mama joins us live in studio here, and not that we didn't have fun looking at all the destinations you were at, but so many people in studio, on set, in our newsroom are thrilled to have you back in the food in the building.
Yes, I have to say, and I mean, what better day to come back than on Pie Day? You could hear the joy from the parking lot. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a really easy coconut cream pie. It's super simple. A lot of people, put the whole thing on there, sister.
Oh, the whole thing. Okay.
So I have a done coconut cream pie here, and I've got Sylvia here putting whipped cream. Honey, you put it all, you pile it high, baby. So
I'm working on it.
This is not a diet segment. Okay, so what you're gonna do is I'm gonna give you some tips on making the perfect pie. First thing is your crust. You've got to start with a good crust. Now, I've told you in the past that Pillsbury, the refrigerator ones work great. I'll be honest, I have had a lot of trouble with them falling. Like it doesn't matter how many pie weights I put in it or what I try to do, this keeps... It
just crumbles?
No, the bottom like shrinks. Like the sides will shrink down, and it doesn't make for a good pie, because in my crust, this fluted part is way down here.
Someone's going to short it on the crust.
Right.
No one wants that.
So I did a lot of research. I did some practicing. Believe it or not, you have to pretty much use a thick crust. The thicker your crust is, see how thick this crust is? This is actually Lacey Swope's recipe for homemade crust.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. And you just have to make a thicker crust. You still have to put your pie weights in. You still have to prick the holes in the bottom.
Do you bring it up over the edges more?
I did. It started out over the edges, and so it came down just a little bit, but normally I'd put it over the edges, and it would go halfway down, and that was no good. So it all depends on the thickness of your sides. So that's rule one with crust. You also always want to bake your crust, obviously, when you're making a cream pie beforehand. So what we're going to do to make coconut cream is very simple. This right here, guys. You can make homemade custard, or you can buy, believe it or not, Jell-O used to be cook and serve. It is, and it is the best way to make pudding, in my opinion. So what I do is I take 1.5 of these boxes, I add it into a saucepan, and then you'll see that I use whipping cream and I use whole milk.
Okay.
This is not the time
in
the
pudding.
In the pudding, and you'll see the measurements. You're going to cook it until it's thick, and I've told you, you want to wait till it coats the back of the spoon. That's when you know it's the proper thickness.
Oh.
Okay.
For cooked pudding, it has to coat the back of the spoon. So basically, you're almost making like a pastry cream like this. Then you're going to add in 1/2 cup of toasted coconut. You did good, girl.
Okay, I thought maybe I got a little carried away over here.
No, you did great.
We're putting that on the pie.
And ahead of time, I had gone ahead and put 2 teaspoons of coconut extract. So I'm going to stir this together, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pour this into our crust, just like that.
It smells good.
It's so yummy, and the coconut extract is not mandatory because it's going to be pretty coconutty without it, but it just gives it a little extra.
Okay.
A little extra.
And then we're freezing that, or
we're going to put
refrigerating?
this in the refrigerator, but another tip with a cream pie or with any pudding is we're going to put a piece of plastic wrap on top of this, laying on top of the custard while it chills so it doesn't get that thick skin.
Ew, that is so
Thick
gross.
skin.
Like in Jell-O?
Right, in Jell-O. The thick skin is because air has hit it. If you will lay a piece of plastic wrap on it, you'll get rid of that. Coming up next is going to be hula pie from Hawaii.
All right, look forward to that, and we'll be right back.